It was one of those calm afternoons at a quiet town diner, the kind where folks greeted each other by name and the clinking of cups filled the air. But peace rarely lasts forever. The moment she stepped through the door, everything shifted. A woman in a sleek black coat, diamond studs glinting beneath the soft lights, and an expression colder than January frost, entered. She didn't need to speak. Her presence alone drained the room of warmth. Waitresses froze mid-step, cooks peeked through the kitchen window, and the manager instantly straightened his tie. Everyone knew her. Veronica Steele, the billionaire investor with a reputation that could make or break livelihoods in seconds. Mercy wasn't part of her brand. She was known to leave people trembling, often in tears. Hey everyone, welcome back to Channel Name, where we share real, inspiring stories that reveal the quiet strength of kindness and humanity. If stories like this move you, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share your thoughts below. Your support helps us keep these heart-touching tales alive. Now, let's begin the incredible story of a single father whose gentle heart faced down arrogance and changed a billionaire forever. The lunch rush had just slowed at Maple and Main Diner, a cozy gem in upstate New York. Sam Parker, a single dad in his mid-30s, was cleaning tables after a long shift. He worked double hours almost every day, striving to give his 6-year-old daughter, Emma, a happy, simple life. Sam wasn't just any waiter. He was the kind who remembered names, who smiled through exhaustion, and who never forgot to draw a smiley face on Emma's lunch napkin before school. That afternoon, when the bell over the door chimed and Veronica Steele walked in, the diner fell silent. Every server stiffened. They'd all heard the rumors, her sharp tongue, impossible standards, and unforgiving eye for flaws. "Not me," one waitress whispered, disappearing into the kitchen. Another grabbed her phone, pretending to take a call. The manager scanned the room nervously until his gaze found Sam. "Sam," he muttered, "can you handle her table? Please, no one else will." Sam exhaled slowly. He knew her reputation too, but a customer was a customer, and every dollar mattered. He wiped his hands, straightened his apron, and approached with his usual warm smile. "Good afternoon, ma'am. Welcome to Maple and Main. What can I start you off with today?" Veronica didn't look up from her phone. "I've been sitting here for 2 minutes already," she snapped. "Is this how you treat paying customers?" Sam's tone stayed steady, calm. "I'm so sorry, ma'am. We've been a bit busy, but I'll make sure you're well taken care of." Finally, she glanced up, her eyes sharp and appraising. "Just bring me a black coffee. Hot. Not lukewarm. And make sure it's in a proper cup, not one of those chipped ones from the next table," she added sharply. "Yes, ma'am," Sam replied softly, heading for the counter. From behind the register, the other staff peeked through the pass window. "She's even worse in person," one whispered. "Poor Sam," another sighed. But Sam didn't flinch. He'd met rude customers before, and he knew that respect was his best tool. When he returned, he set the cup carefully in front of her. Veronica didn't even glance up. She was still barking orders into her phone. "I don't care what it costs," she said coldly. "If they can't deliver, replace them. Now." Sam placed the coffee down gently. "Here you go, ma'am. Careful, it's hot." She gave the faintest nod, eyes glued to her phone. For a while, Sam worked quietly around the diner, clearing plates, refilling drinks, laughing softly with the regulars. When he circled back, Veronica's expression had darkened. "This coffee tastes burnt," she complained. "Do you even know how to make coffee here?" "I'm sorry it isn't to your liking," Sam said evenly. "Would you like me to brew a new one?" "Obviously," she hissed. "And make sure the cup's clean this time." Without a hint of irritation, Sam nodded. He brewed another pot, tested the temperature, and brought it back to her. But as he set it down, something caught his eye. Her hands were trembling slightly. Beneath the polished exterior and icy stare, there was something else: exhaustion. "Everything all right, ma'am?" he asked gently. Her head lifted, surprised. Not by sarcasm or fear, but concern. "Excuse me? You just seem tired," he said softly. "Long day." For a moment, she studied him, as if no one had ever asked her that before. Then she scoffed lightly. You wouldn't understand. Maybe not, Sam replied. But I know what long days feel like. He started to walk away, but her voice stopped him. Wait, what's your name? Sam. Her gaze dropped to the small crayon drawing tucked into his apron, a stick figure of a man and a little girl holding hands. You have a daughter? She asked. He smiled proudly.
Yeah, Emma.
She's 6. My little sunshine. Veronica's expression softened, her voice barely audible. Must be nice. Over the next half hour, something shifted. She didn't bark orders again. She asked for a refill, politely this time. She even murmured a quiet thank you. When Sam brought the bill, she just stared at it, silent. Then, softly, do you ever get tired of this? Waiting tables. Sometimes, he said, smiling. But it's honest work. And it lets me be there for Emma. That's what matters most. Veronica sighed, voice trembling now. You're lucky you have someone to do it for. Sam only nodded, letting silence speak. When she rose to leave, she tucked an envelope under the check and walked out. Sam opened it and froze. Inside was $5,000 in cash and a handwritten note. For your daughter. You reminded me that money can't buy peace, but kindness can give it back. V. Steele. The diner went silent. Even the manager just stared. The next morning, Veronica returned. No diamonds this time, just jeans, a soft sweater, her hair tied back. She sat in Sam's section again. Morning, Sam, she said with a warm smile. And please just call me Veronica. Over pancakes, she opened up. Her husband had passed 3 years ago. She had no family nearby. She'd built an empire, but lost herself in the process. People see the billionaire, she said quietly, not the lonely woman behind her. Sam listened without judgment. Sometimes, silence was the kindest thing you could give. From then on, Veronica became a regular. She'd sit by the window, sipping coffee, bringing small gifts for Emma, a book, a hair clip, a daisy from her garden. Soon, word spread. The woman once feared became Miss Veronica, the diner's kindest customer. Months later, she invested in the diner, helping it expand, but on one condition: Sam had to remain head waiter. When the manager asked why, she smiled. Because he treated me like a person when everyone else saw a problem. Weeks turned into months. Veronica's visits became part of the diner's heartbeat. And Sam? He never treated her any differently, not as a billionaire, not as a savior. Just as a friend.